Ciao everybody, welcome to the Graphistudio YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe with the link below, click the bell as well, so you can be tuned every time we post a video. See you soon, ciao!
Hey everybody, we're back downstairs. We're here to talk a little bit more about the product ranges that we have, a great overview, and also in particular we want to find out a little bit more why are we here at the castle. And for those of you that don't know, what's the castle for? You know, it might seem a little bit grand, but one of the amazing things that Tullio and the directors have invested in is this fantastic centre for training. I know hundreds of you have been out here for different workshops from different photographers, but many from the UK, and we love having you out here. And we know that whenever you come here, it's a source of inspiration. Hey, good to see you here again. Tell us a bit more about why we're here at the castle and what it's all about.
Thank you, Jeremy. Good morning, everybody. Welcome at the Graphistudio Ceconi Castle in Italy. So, we all know social distancing, right?
Yep.
But sharing the same passion, and in this case, sharing the incredible story behind this place. Now, let me spend a few words about the Count Giacomo Ceconi and this incredible, iconic castle. So this place has been built 150-ish years ago, and it wasn't exactly like you see now, so there wasn't this beautiful facade, these towers and pinnacles and everywhere. It was just a very tiny home. Now, you have to imagine that this place wasn't even part of Italy. At the time, it was the Austro-Hungarian Empire, so the Count wasn't supposed to speak Italian. Now, it's incredible to imagine that this little kid, like 12-ish years, left the valley as many because they were just starving. He was uneducated.
So he had no qualifications, nothing?
Yeah, nothing, just nothing. And he went away down to Trieste to look for a sort of chance to survive, a job, maybe a future. Long story short, 20 years later, he came back as a tycoon of the epoca. So he was close friends of the emperor, the Austro-Hungarian emperor. He became immensely rich. He was a brilliant entrepreneur. He dug tunnels everywhere.
But he trained himself to be an architect and engineer.
Definitely.
Built tunnels and bridges and buildings, and he brought so much as a result.
Exactly. That's the heritage that we actually made ours. When we saw the castle, it wasn't just a building, but it was the story, the incredible, amazing story of that. And in fact, the inspirational morale that we all can see in this man, in the Count Giacomo Ceconi, is that, yes, a self-made man, yes, the from zero to hero story that we all know, but the thing is, we should be inspired and trust ourselves, share our knowledge and passion, and that could be meaningful or decisive in someone else's life.
Yeah,
like
and in fact, it's really what this place is. Not a home for anybody here. This is a place where photographers come to share information, to share knowledge, to share news, and to leave inspired. And it's very rare for anyone not to leave here inspired and walking away with something to change their business and change their lives. And it's really what we're here to do over the next 2 days, isn't it? So we're going to talk about product. We've got sharing great knowledge from the speakers that we've got, with Mauricio we talked about, and Sarah, and Sean LeBlanc tomorrow. So let's talk a little bit more about what we've done and what we do as a business in terms of the product line and what we do to give photographers the unique chance to make something special just for themselves.
Yeah, since the beginning, Graphi became famous for having invented, literally, the flash mount wedding book. Now, before that...
So that's, just for those of you who don't know, if any album lays flat, if it lays flat with the pages where you print it across the center of the spine, that lay flat binding system was invented by us back in the mid-1980s. Now it's become the ubiquitous type of product that's out there with many copies of varying different qualities, but nobody makes an album like we do.
Yeah, definitely no one. And I tell you even more, no one does books like we do, and no one among other photographers will do what you can do if you understand and if you embrace this philosophy, which is basically everything but being standard, being obvious. Because nowadays couples, especially young couples, are looking for something so meaningful, so tailor-made, something that actually expresses their story.
In the last 4 months, we've seen a massive change in society. Now maybe it will
Oh,
go a
yeah.
little bit back to how it was, but because families are starting to reconnect with each other, because they're seeing what's important in life, and they've suddenly gone from putting a Jaguar on their fridge to actually photographs of their family together, that they're seeing there's something more meaningful, and we're giving you, the photographer, the tools to be able to, you know, make great sales from that in our products.
And you know what? If the story behind the Count Ceconi has been unique, to say the least,
Yeah.
I'd say even more that each one's story is unique. Each human being has a sort of uniqueness. And it doesn't need to be a count or a tycoon or a, you know, wealthy people in general.
Yeah.
It could be Joe the plumber, so to speak.
Well,
Any
they
one
do,
of us.
And you know what? The people who spend the most on their photography are not necessarily the rich people. It's the people who truly value who's in that photograph, who truly value how important they are to them and in their life. You know, so quickly our lives change. And we've all had situations where we look back on regret that we did or we didn't do things, and we've lost loved ones. And it's so important that we don't wait for tomorrow. We don't plan for our pension, that we live today's life, because change can happen overnight. And capturing beautiful photographs, because many people still think of us as just an album company.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it always surprises me when we go to, Graphy, oh no, I don't do weddings. Well, boys, in the last 5 years, we've made some phenomenal changes, haven't we? So albums, yes, we've got the best, and we're going to talk about the individual
Yeah, of
albums.
course.
But also, we've introduced whole programs of wall art and portrait products too, with some of our new partners. If you tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, you know, you can see all around me, it's plenty of products, and you know, the goal, the common goal of all these programs is to provide you something unique that you can tailor-made on your personal approach to photography, as well as, and I would say more importantly, to tell the story of your clients. And it could be an incredible piece of art like this, you know, metallic print, but it could be also, you know, an adorable session with kids and children. And it could be a family portrait session, could be a newborn session,
and pets,
a boudoir,
and
could be,
whatever
you
it
know,
happens to be. Yeah, dance,
pets, food,
yeah.
photography. Everything is changing, and you're quite rightly, you said before that the recent hard times that we all are facing brought possibly our attention back to real values.
Yeah.
Because we had, especially in Italy, as you know, we had, you know, such a hard time last spring.
Well, the European kind of epicenter was only 100 kilometers from here.
Yeah, a little bit more than that, but yeah, we were very close to the front line, so to speak, and we saw families, you know, in a position where they couldn't even say farewell to their loved ones.
Yeah.
So, you know, when these kind of things that are out of our mind, because we live in a fast-paced society, we are all focused on the next dress, the next car, the next iPhone to buy. But reality is that when things change, and sometimes they do, then all of a sudden our attention, our focus goes back to something that is in our DNA. I remember that for many years, I've trained photographers when they visit our HQ, the production facility, which is 30 minutes by car from here. And I told them, remember that we are like, you know, we are just evolved apes, okay? But our DNA reacts to inputs and ancestral feelings and emotions that have been around for millions of years.
And that's quite true, is that if you connect a photograph in somebody's mind emotionally, then it's not the actual physicality of it, it's how it makes them feel. So as photographers, we know that we want to give our clients and hence our customers' clients something that has the very, very best quality. You know, after all, photographers spend a fortune on a camera body. They spend even more on glass. They spend a fortune on a monitor and a computer to create these photographs, and yet too many of them give them away digitally.
Oh,
And that drives me insane.
Don't even name that to me, you know, it makes
But
me...
even so, some print in old school methods, which they throw away half of the data that they have in that camera's captured for them. It seems crazy to me. But we're going to talk about that in more detail in one of the sessions, aren't we? So, you know, people should understand that, yes, we're not just an album company. You know, for many years now, we've moved forward into portraits with boxes through our partners like like Sue Bryce, like Kelly Brown, with many different partners, Jerry Gionis, to create ranges of products. And we're going to launch a lot of products here, and we're going to be talking about the different ranges of products that we have, from wall art to albums to portrait boxes, even the inspiration of Italy itself brought through the storybook and the favola.
Yeah.
You know, that we're using that handmade paper from the Amalfi region.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, tell me a little bit more about that. That was a project and a half, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, there's something possibly irreplicable in Italy, which is, you know, a history made of centuries spent in doing things, crafting things, and that's the reason why you know, we come up with this idea from Amalfi, like you said, this beautiful little town that we all know for tourism.
Yeah.
But in reality is that in Amalfi there are family-driven little businesses producing with the same medieval technique the paper, the incredible paper that we now can see in our products, and you can, you know, you can tell that it's handmade.
I
because
love this product. Any of you that have been to Venice and you go to the writing shops, obviously Hemingway was a regular visitor. When you see the writing books there, you'll see that in journal type with that leather wrap, and that's the inspiration for the storybook. But inside is this handmade paper.
And you know, and every single paper sheet is handmade, and it's different than the previous and the next one.
Yeah.
And this is why, you know, it's just
So
unique.
hang on a minute, let me just get this straight. Every piece of paper is different.
Absolutely.
So printing on it has been a nightmare, and still is a nightmare, isn't it? But
Yeah,
we love it because it's such an important product.
It is, because, you know, sometimes the digital printing, which is an incredible piece of technology, clashes into this whole tradition.
Yeah.
And the magic in graphite has always been, since the early days, to blend together the Italian craftsmanship with the state-of-the-art technology, and still is, in that sense, our goal.
That leads us on to wall art, because I know in the past year we've innovated in the whole wall art category to create something incredibly special. Now we're going to talk in detail about wall art,
Yep.
but throughout today and tomorrow we're going to give away 8 times different products up to a value of £500 UK, $500. You know, that's the. Tell me more. What are we doing?
Oh yeah, I am super excited
What
about
do
that.
they need to do?
Yeah,
What do
so,
people need to do?
you know, you guys, you better stay tuned in these 2 days long broadcast from the Castle Ceconi, Italy, because every given minute we are going to give away an amazing voucher up to €500/pounds/dollars, 600 Canadian dollars,
Yeah.
or Australian dollars value. And in this case, we are about to announce.
It's the wall art promo, isn't it?
It's
So
the
we're going
wall
to give
art.
away £500 worth of wall art.
So follow the link,
So-
fill the form. Even if you are graphic clients,
Yeah.
just fill the form. It's a different thing. Just fill it, and you can candidate yourself, and we will cherry pick, randomly.
Yeah, we're going to randomly
someone,
select somebody
yeah.
for us to give this to as a gift. So you'll see the link coming up on the screen. Make sure you click on the link, fill in the details, and then we will randomly select somebody to give this to.
So next week,
Now-
someone of you will get a voucher valued €500, pounds and dollars, to grab an amazing, beautiful, incredible wall art
Of whichever
of
from
the
our
kind you
wall art
like.
range.
Yeah,
whatever,
and it could be a
Yeah.
canvas pro, it could be an acrylic pro, it could be a metallic pro, you know, as you wish.
So just to double check so everybody knows.
But just
these
a second though,
promos are
you have to rush,
Yeah.
because we have 5 minutes now to fill the form and, you know, be eligible for
Yeah.
this incredible voucher.
That's eligible in English.
eligible.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
We,
The overseas influence.
And these promotions that we're going to announce are going to be during the product presentations. So it's only during the product presentations. If you watch during the product presentations, we will give you a promo link to come up. Each one's different. This one's on wall art. So don't forget to tune in throughout the day. If you can't tune in throughout the day, we do understand. We'd love to have for you to see all the different things we're going to be doing, but make sure that you click on that link and you fill it in, because Dario says you have 5 minutes. Well, we're going to make that decision in 5 minutes.
All right. So
We're moving on soon, aren't we? That took that 15 minutes used up so quickly. So what's up next?
next, now we are available for a Q&A session.
Absolutely.
All right, because I'm sure that many of you are curious to know more about the products, more about the content we are going to talk about, and something that really excites me, We are gonna have live shooting sessions, 6 live shooting sessions today in different environments, indoor, outdoor, with multi-award photographers as Sarah Edmonds and Mauricio Azias Moras.
So some people might know Sarah Ferrara,
Yeah.
so, but she'll be here both indoors and outdoors, available light, artificial light, talking portraiture, doing live shoots, and Mauricio has all come over from the Bay Area of California.
Yeah. So let's transition to the Q&A, and let's go with the first question. Now, they're gonna send us this first input. All right.
Where are we doing the Q&A? Here?
I don't really see it as a Graphistudio customer. I don't see myself as a Graphistudio customer. I see it as family. Family there to help each other. Family are just there to, when the chips are down, we're going to rally around and fight this together. There's been many times where I've been on the phone to Jeremy or Dario in Italy. I've been asking for something, maybe something unique, and they've always been there to help and offer their best advice and guidance. So I just don't see it as a customer-client relationship. I just see it as family. Just being a customer and a client and part of the Graphistudio family has been amazing during lockdown. Jeremy and Maureen have tirelessly put on educational videos on the community pages, both in the UK and the US. I've been very privileged to be able to give a couple of educational seminars on the UK page, but also I've been sitting in and viewing the amazing content that other photographers have been giving their time up. We haven't had much to do at the minute. But to sit down and prepare a talk does take time, and I personally want to thank all the other suppliers and photographers that have given their time up freely to help others. Well, personally, I went 137 days from shooting a wedding. So what this experience has given me is time to reevaluate the business, time to implement new ideas, time to get my marketing strategies back, time to make new sample albums. But I think the most important thing is giving me time with the family. It's been brilliant to be home. It's been stressful. Obviously, homeschooling has not been the easiest thing in the world, but certainly just to be home with the family and watch Emily grow up it's been great. I'm not going to lie, it's been fantastic. But I'm looking forward to getting back out and shooting weddings. That's for sure. If I'm honest, the positive impact of using Graphistudio wedding albums is every time. Every time that a client of mine sees their album for the first time, they've only seen it digitally on proofs using Fundy software. So, to see the physical album in their hands and turning the pages and having watched them relive their wedding day through my images is fantastic. And the quality of the album speak for themselves. They're just incredible. The customization that we can do and make every album unique to each and every client is so important, but to watch their faces go through their album it's why we do what we do. We give up time with our families to document other people's families, and to see all that hard work come to fruition when the bride and groom are going through their own images, it's the best thing in the world.
Yep. Hey everybody.
Hey, welcome back.
Welcome back. So we're in the middle of an amazing new adventure, something completely different. First time we've ever done anything like this. And so we're checking, we're looking to see what's going on. And we've had some questions come through to us directly. So I want to share those with you. So I've heard somebody ask, I haven't used Graphistudio before. How can I start working with you? So, we've got offices in many countries, haven't we?
Yeah.
And obviously right now, this is the UK virtual photography show. And so my team are in the chat room. Within that environment, you also have a number of buttons that you can click on where you can fill in your details. But also, no matter what country you're from, you can actually fill in all your details. Once we've verified that you're a professional photographer, we will then send you a link to start working with us. But we have teams all over the world to help the customers, don't we, Dario?
Yeah, definitely. We have the US team in Minneapolis, we have the French team in Marseille, we have the Spanish team in Barcelona, the Italian team, of course, in our HQ, as well as the Australian team in Melbourne. So You know, wherever you live, you know, just join us and let the journey begin. That's how I love to think about it. It's literally a journey. And when I say a journey, I mean something that goes very, you know, I would say almost in an emotional way, far beyond the client-supplier relationship.
You can tell Dario's an Italian. It's that romance, that's emotion, and that's there. Me, the Brit, the slight pragmatist, the teams are there to help. We're there to help you understand the systems because we have such an incredible range of product, which leads me on to the next question, actually.
Yeah, definitely.
So do you offer, no, I can see you have a huge choice of and range, and I love the fact that it's not just black and white, but how can I possibly choose? Now, I know that we talk a lot about our material swatch boxes, and we've created these in beautiful designers. Tell me more about the designers that are on the website for people to be able to choose and create their products.
Yeah, so for instance, you can find the Surprise collection as well as the Kelly Brown collections very soon, the Jerry Guionis collection, your Van collection. So you know, we have been blessed, you know, by working with some of the best talents in the industry.
But each of those has their own design form, doesn't it?
Yeah,
so you
exactly.
can actually click on the product, see all the colours that it can be in, click on the colours, design it, and it will then be there ready for you to see what you want.
Exactly. So we know that some might be intimidated a little bit, so too many options like being no options at all, but trust me, just roll into the system. You will see this 3D configurator.
Yeah.
It's there. Just play as a designer, as a fashion designer.
And we're there to help the photographers as well too. So
our team is always there to support.
Italy,
our technical
Spain,
team
France,
as well.
Everybody.
Yeah. We are there to take your hand, like I said, and escort you during this amazing creative journey.